One of the best Shogun scenes is enough to convince me seasons 2 and 3 of the FX series will be great despite no longer having the book to adapt. The announcement that Shogun will return for seasons 2 and 3 was very surprising considering that the show was originally described as a limited series. Although James Clavell's Asia Saga includes other books, none of them follow the Shogun characters. In other words, Shogun Season 2 will have to be an original story. Shogun Episode 10 was a virtually perfect conclusion to the first season, even though it had no battles. The finale revealed the true nature of Lord Toranaga's plan, a twist that those familiar with the book were already expecting. While Shogun returning for 2 more seasons can be worrying considering it was supposed to be a limited series, there is a moment from the first season that proves the show has all the tools it needs to tell great stories that were not in the novel. Fuji and Blackthorn's boat scene was not in the Shogun book. Shogun's finale's best scene was created for the show. Fuji and Blackthorn on a boat in Shogun. The scene with Fuji and Blackthorn on a boat in Shogun Episode 10 was not in James Clavell's Shogun novel. Although FX's Shogun series followed the book closely and honored the source material, the series did make some important changes to it. This includes Fuji's role in the story, the amount of screen time given to the character, and her interactions with John Blackthorn. Fuji is a more layered character in FX's Shogun, whose first episode included the seppuku of Fuji's husband and infant child. Shogun's finale brought Fuji's story full circle in a fantastic scene. The moment between Blackthorn and Fuji in the finale was one of my favorite scenes in Shogun, if not my favorite. Blackthorn had recently lost Mariko, while Fuji was still grieving the loss of her family. Brought together by fate and sorrow, both Fuji and Blackthorn needed to come to terms with their losses before they could move on with their lives. Fuji and the Anjin helped each other in the most difficult moments of their lives, a fitting conclusion for a unique friendship that was forged throughout the show. Shogun Seasons 2 and 3 will have to be an original story. Shogun already covered most of the novel it's based on. Mariko and Toranaga in a collage from Shogun custom image by Yailin Chacon. The fact that one of the best scenes in Shogun Season 1 did not come from the book makes me confident that Seasons 2 and 3 will be great, even though they did not necessarily need to happen. Shogun would have worked as a limited series, not just because it already covered the book in its entirety but also because it had a very satisfying ending. There is a bittersweetness to Shogun Episode 10 that a second season could ruin, especially if it revisits John Blackthorn and his complicated relationship with Lord Toranaga.